welcome guys to another little video. Now today's little video is going to be on resources for the game. And what I mean by resources is how we use resources to build our towers. Okay, which is a very complicated thing and a very simple one at the same time. Okay. It's not exactly easy to compare a bunch of resources and then have them, do a bool. Hey, do you have enough? And then this, a single variable, yeah, that's okay. But when you start getting into loops and everything else, you start to get into hairy situations where it's not exactly ideal. And two, we use a dictionary. And dictionaries, when it comes to iterations and stuff, there's a few things that you can do and a few things you cannot. And for the most part, we've not had too many problems. But we are going to have to use resources like, let's say, to build a stank here. We need, maybe steel, maybe iron, an electric engine, or something of that sort. It doesn't matter about what the string is and stuff. We just need to compare the numbers and all that stuff, right? And you would think that it would be in our game resources, right? We go in our game resources and we can just go, hey, do you have enough of this? And boom, there you go. Well, it's not exactly that easy because of how loops work. If you have a loop where the variable is outside of it and you're changing it and everything, it gets kind of messy. Okay? What do I mean by messy? Well, let's say for instance you have, let's say, a for each, okay, var item in, let's say, my resources dot count. Okay, so we're gonna go through. No, it wouldn't actually be like that. But anyway, for the most part, and well, let's not do it this way. Do I get an array of some kind in here? Technically I do with the queue. Well, that'll work. So for loop and not there. Up dot count, because queues do have a count because they have a total length and stuff. Well, let's say you have a bool right here. Bool firing equals false. Okay? Well, in each iteration of this, if you wanted to check a single thing that's, let's say, this value here, for each iteration, if up dot count equals 2 or equals, let's say, I, right? Then debug dot log, and let's say you're changing stuff. Okay, well, here's how this works. This variable always exists, right, because it's outside of it. Well, let's say you're going to do a lot of functions with this variable right here, but you need to change this accordingly. Well, the problem with it is, if you're changing this variable and you're doing an if statement right here, it's not always going to be false when it starts this. Once this loops through one here and then goes to the next one, it'll inherit what's here already. Okay? Like, let's say you want this to happen when this is true. Well, here's what's going to happen. If you're comparing this to I or something like that to get if, and, or statement, well, it'll iterate it one time false. Okay? Then every other time it will always return true because you changed it on a condition, right? Which is very, 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 very bad. Okay? Very, very bad for a lot of reasons. Because this will always have that value every single loop once it returns true or false or something like that. Very, very bad. I had this happen with events. Okay? Like, okay, here's a really good example. A action. Okay? Action F equals, let's say, null for now. Okay? Let's say we want to create this action F equals UI. What can we do? Right here. We'll do this. Bam. Okay? UI update. Well, here's what happens. This action right here will always be, I know it'll always be like this. Okay? Well, let's say you changed crap. You change it in each loop. Okay? You would think this would be fine, right? Nope. It's completely utter crap. Because here's the thing. If you instantiate something and use this action and everything else, well, guess what? Let's say we're using this to do buttons. Buttons. It does click event, right? Well, because this is outside the loop right here, each time you instantiate a button and push this to the button, like, push this value to the button, well, guess what? Let's say this is an integer of 5. You want to instantiate each button and, plus 5 at every time. Well, guess what? When you instantiate your button and you see like there's 15 buttons, they're all going to have the same variable. They're going to have the same value of 15. Each one of them, the max, it tops out at 15. It will always go to the last one. And it's because each loop, you're only changing this. But you don't change the memory location in the entire engine, in C# itself. It always points to this variable right here. So you have 15 buttons all running off this single variable. They're all referencing the same thing. The only way to get around this is to put it inside the loop. Okay? And you're probably thinking, well, what's this got to do with what we're going to right now? We're going to get to that. Okay? Because we're going to be doing a lot of things that require comparing values. Okay? And we need to know this because we're going to be doing loops, okay? Loops as in integers and stuff, okay? Very, very complicated. Please do not mess this up. Okay, we have an array that we're going to do check to build, and we have make build an array to item, okay? This gives us a sneak little peek, and all this is a serialize system.serialize with a class with name and a value, okay? Name and an integer. That's it, because that's what we need. We need an item's name and the amount, right? And we want to pass in an array of this. So we're going to use some iterations to compare to see if we have enough. So we have a for loop based on the length of this item.length, okay? So this loop will loop through everything in it and compare it one at a time, right? In a single frame, a single like little mini instance, okay? So if the item.I, which is our index of the entire array, item amount, which is the number amount, is less than or equal to my resources, and we use the item I index name, okay? And you're probably like, well, what's this? The resources is our dictionary. So we're going with the key down here at the bottom. Okay. And we're my resources. Okay, no. Wait, that's the wrong function. Okay. Less than or equal to my resources item, use the index, and we use a name. Because we use a name as our key. And then a value is our integers, right? So if it's less than or equal to, it will go to here, this block. Do nothing here because we're still okay and have enough. Okay? We're still okay and have enough. Well, why do we have this else statement and then a return false? Well, here's what happens. If we have less than or equal to our amount, then we're fine. We don't have to do anything. Okay? So we want to go to the next loop, and then the next loop, and then the next loop. Okay? So let's say our first loop goes fine, right? Well, if our second loop and goes, hey, no, you don't have enough, it will go down to this else statement and automatically return false and break completely out of this loop. It will not loop anymore and just go, nope, sorry, goodbye, don't care, you're done. Now, so the else statement is to just back out and go, yep, nope, let's go, goodbye, see ya. We don't want an if else or anything else because, and we don't want to do anything here because we don't have to. You know, we just want it to keep stepping and go, hey, just keep thinking and, you know, just keep going. It's like you need 10 quarters, 10 pennies, and 10 nickels. So you do the, you know, I think pennies, and then you get to the quarters and you're like, I don't have enough quarters. Well, sorry, we're not going to go to the rest. So we're going to do that. But because of this loop and everything else and how bool checks work, we always have to return true here. If we do not have this here outside of the loop, then it doesn't have a condition to return and it errors out. So we got to have that there. Okay? This is outside of the loop. This is inside the loop. I know it's kind of a messy little thing, but trust me, it works beautiful. Okay? So that does that for comparison. So let's see actually what this does before we get too far. And we should, it's in a build panel. Yeah. Build mode, and yes. Build mode. No, it's in build data. I forgot we put in a data layer thing. So build mode is pretty much useless for now. So when we go to build something, we go, hey, please build me stuff. Okay, but we need this can build variable here. Okay, this can build, we modified it to do one more thing. Game resource check current cost dot require. Current cost is our cost object, the thing, our scriptable object, which we can go to. Okay, and all that I had to do was make another public array right here, and that's it. That's it. That's all I needed to do was a public make build array. We can fill this out in the inspector, and everything is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so we made another check here. Now I can clean this up, make if else, you know, but this is very easily, this is really quick too. So, and it's only performed when I hit the button too. So, no, it'll be fine. Okay, we still do our box check thing. We still instantiate something. We still do the money because, you know, that's our thing. But we call this function right here. Pretty much call all this stuff in parallel. Yeah, we can make this all one function and stuff like that to clean it up, make it a little bit more readable, but it doesn't need to be. If this is more lines, you know, like 3 or, you know, 6 lines or something like that, yeah, I would put this in its own little function. Because I like to keep my stuff pretty cleaned up. So it takes the cost requirement, which is just this right here. Okay, we do the check first in our thing, and then it takes supply. And what we do is we do a loop. And remember when I said we need to we've already checked and made sure that we have enough. That's what this bool is for in doing can build. Okay, so we don't have to do this stuff. We already know that we have enough. Okay, so all we have to do is subtract from our dictionary. Now, my resources, then we pass in the string minus equals item I and item amount. That's all we have to do, because we need a string, because that's the key to the dictionary, which this is our dictionary. And then we need the integer amount because that's how much we're subtracting. Now, this if this up.contains.ui update equals false, then enqueue. This is something entirely that I made up for the UI system. Okay, because there was too many different things that was calling the UI system, and it just looked messy. So I decided to use a queue and stuff, which I'm going to show you guys in probably the next video on how I did that, because it works beautiful. I got like a couple more frames out of it. It was sickening how much I was doing this and that and this, and it's stupid. So basically how the queue works is, if I don't it's just basically like a list, okay? But it works a little different. So if the queue doesn't contain update UI, then I add it, okay? So if it already contains it, I don't have to do anything because it already has the function call to update the UI. Okay, it's just going to update what's coming out of the dictionary. And if the dictionary's information on the data layer is already updating, then why the heck would I want to tell it to go, hey, update some more? That's why I said I was getting a couple more frames, because I had 6 scripts going, hey, a bunch of update calls. Because, just because. So this makes it more beautiful. Now, this function right here is for when I sell the turn, okay? Which is in our cost object again. When I go to sell the turn, okay, I go game resources dot random num. Random dot range, and we get one of the materials back. Let's say it takes 6 different materials to make it. I'm only going to let them get one back. I'm not going to sort through and like scale them down or anything stupid like that. No. Too much hassle. Way not worth it, because you can just kill some more enemies and get more materials. So yeah, way more time efficient just to reward the player for killing enemies to give them stuff than to sell the existing stuff just for a few things. So that's how that works. We talked about the job system in the last video and supplies, and I think that's pretty much it for this video. I actually made it in 20 minutes. Holy crap! Okay. Yeah. The queue system is going to be next. Doesn't matter, it's going to be next. So, yeah. Definitely looking forward to that one, because it's going to be a blast. So, thanks for watching, guys. And this is Wardon over and out. And I hope you learned something, because that was just a strange video to make. But thanks, guys, and appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.